Hey guys, this is Zisteau. What's going on? Today I want to ask you a question. I want to make this video, which may or may not be the first video of a new series, and ask you guys for some feedback. And the thing I want to ask is this: would you be interested in a series of videos called Building on Bogota, where it's not multiplayer stuff, it's just me building stuff? I was thinking about this as I've been doing a little work on the amusement park, and there's a lot of building that goes on this server that I've been doing that just ends up happening off camera, and I thought maybe I could share some of the building with you guys. And also, when we do Life on Bogota, anytime we do a building episode, it's kind of a hassle to edit because building with multiple people, I don't know, it's a little bit more tricky because everyone has their own building tendencies, and I tend to do a lot of the building while Dog Doc and Nimrod and Stick Aside stand around and like get in fights with each other. I guess the only exception to that rule was when we built the Piggy Temple over there, which is just out of range. Come on, load in, Piggy Temple. I know it's if you're in here, if you're on this coast right here, you can see it. Maybe I need to install Optifine for. I think you can get longer viewing distances with that. But I had a blueprint for exactly what we wanted to do when we did that, so that went pretty well. But things like this animal pen over here that I spent, oh my gosh, so long on, happened completely off camera. And so what I'm thinking of doing is splitting the things that happen on Bogota into two video series. One would be Life on Bogota, and the other would be Building on Bogota. Life on Bogota would be adventuring and doing random weird stuff with me and the other guys, as we've done in the past. And Building on Bogota would be just with me almost all the time. And so today, this is going to be a sort of the pilot episode, a test run to see what you guys think. There's not going to be any intros or music, although I may add those into future videos. It would feel weird to use the Life on Bogota intro if it's just me, and I may use the same music if I make an intro for this series. I may use different music. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. Anyway, I've been doing a little work on the amusement park, and I am very much channeling Roller Coaster Tycoon when I do this. If you've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon, it is one of my favorite games of all time. I have a deep and abiding love for that game. I really do love that game with a passion. If you told me I had to pick 5 games and I could only play those 5 games for the rest of my life, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 would definitely be on that list. And I've started putting some paths in here, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 style. I think they have a nice detail to them. I added, I'm going to go down there in a minute and show you, but I wanted to get the overhead view like you would have in Roller Coaster Tycoon first. So first thing you do in Roller Coaster Tycoon is add the paths, and then I think what I'm going to do today is build the information kiosk. And I'm not going to try to make everything in this amusement park look like it belongs in Roller Coaster Tycoon. But for this video, I am going to try to make an analog of the information kiosk in Roller Coaster Tycoon. But we'll see how effective that is. There's only so much you can do with the square blocks in Minecraft. But anyway, so here are the paths. We still don't have an entrance. We still don't have a wall. This is a lot of work in progress. I've done some sort of smoothing here. There was a lot of holes and craters and caves that I've filled in. Oh, also, we're still looking for a good name for Life on Bogota, or we're still looking for a good name for the amusement park. And there's going to be a big sign with wool here, like I did for the Kaizenator, if you remember that video. And if you suggest a name that we end up using, we will name a ride after you and make a special point in a video of giving you a shout out. So and the best way to send me those ideas is probably on Twitter. I try to read as many of the video comments as possible, but it's hard to keep up with them after the video's been out a few days. I keep checking up on all your videos when I have close to 400 videos now, so Twitter is probably the best way to do that. So send me suggestions. not just for the park name, but also for ride names or ride types or game types. Here's what we have so far. I just posted this on Twitter a little while ago. Got this. Someone, I think this is the best thing we've had so far. Specs Guy, at Specs Guy, that's his Twitter handle, sent me this. Bogota Pagoda, land of scotch and soda. I love that. That's going to be our restaurant or maybe the bar. We're going to make some sort of building with that. Matoyak suggested we name a roller coaster Bogota Apocalypse. I like that. And we've got a list of rides and features here. A roller coaster, a water ride, kiosk, which I'm going to do right now. Bumper boats, spleef, fungal punch, kung fu training pit, king of the ladder, path scenery, gift shop, restaurant, all that kind of craziness. So here is the path I designed. I spent hours working out this detail of how these how it changes levels. Getting this part was fairly easy. It's just stairs and wood. I like that it adds a nice curb effect. I tried this reversed and it just didn't look as good, but I think it looks really good like this. And this little bit right here was real tricky to get in the because you obviously I tried doing this with half slabs right around here and it just didn't look right. But this took a long time. This corner I'm still not quite 100% on, but it's pretty good. Anyway, right here I think we're going to put the information kiosk. And if you've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon, I will put an image on the screen of what that looks like. If you've never played it, you really need to. It's one of the better gaming purchases you can make. Let's go get some building supplies from our little temporary building storeroom. You can buy it on GOG.com. It's a good place to buy old games. I think it's only like $4 or $5. It's well worth the cost. It's one of the most efficient uses of your money in terms of dollar per entertainment hour you can make. I'm thinking of making the floor, the little area beneath the pagoda light. Let's see, we've got some wool here. I'm gonna need, I think this is the right color. Gonna need some normal color wool. And I'm also, I went and harvested a bunch of nether fences for a kung fu training pit. But I think I'm going to use some of these, or at least I'm going to see what it looks like. Let's see, what else do I want? I guess I will come back as I see that we might need something. Maybe some sandstone. I don't know. We'll try a variety of things. See what it looks like. It is nighttime. I'm the only one here. I'm going to turn it to day because I'm just doing some building. Okay, shut that off. So let's take a look. What sort of dimensions would it be? The path is 2 blocks wide, but this little thing here is 3 blocks wide. So maybe the little tab that connects to the path would be right there. Let's see how much space a circle, because the kiosk in Roller Coaster Tycoon is circular. Let's give a little platform of dirt here, and I'll terraform this a little bit more later. The kiosk is circular with like a conical hat or like ceiling or roof or whatever. I think about that size, that's probably good. That's a good size. And this is something I like to do. Whenever I'm building, I set out I use torches and dirt to sketch out ideas, and then I try to look at them from a variety of views. Particularly, I like to look at things from a top-down view or an isometric view up here, like we're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, basically. And for something like this, I've just built a couple platforms. There's another one. There's an overall park viewing platform that we built at the end of the last episode of Life on Bogota. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think that's a good size. If you get too much smaller, and things stop being circles, they start being squares with the corners missing in Minecraft with square blocks. I think that's a good size, and you don't want to get it too big because it's not supposed to be that big of a thing. So let's work with that, see what that looks like. Okay, like that. That does look nice. And now that I look at this, Let's see, I'm looking at the little icon of the kiosk, and it looks like it's got little signs on the outside. I think I may put actual signs. I think I'm going to change some of these to stairs. So another thing I'm seeing is that the kiosk is sort of supported by, it looks like posts at the four sides. Oops. So let's do this and this. Let's see, can we put pressure plates on this? No. I know we can put them on fences though, but no pressure plates there. So anyway, let's work on some other parts, and then we'll come back to this. There's sort of the basic shape. That might be okay. I think the height is alright. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Okay, so I think I'm going to wait for the patch when we get half slabs of the new color, and then I will put these back in, but otherwise they're kind of, there's no reason to have them now. It just doesn't look quite right, but it'll look good, I think, to have a countertop of a darker wood type. Okay, so the only, I guess, if, yep, I think I'm being a little procrastinatory. And I think that gray is good, so let's get to work on the dome. Okay, brief break. I think I need to murder myself an Enderman. Come get some, Enderman. Yeah, I'm looking right at you, buddy. Haha! Yeah, come get some. And for people that freaked out in ultra hardcore when I was fighting them, they're pretty harmless if you keep yourself under a roof like this, too high, and keep at least don't go out from under there. He hit me just there because I wasn't worried about losing health to get his attention. But as long as you stay with underneath this roof, they can never hit you. And if they lose interest in you, once they teleport away, if they don't keep attacking you within about a minute or so, my experience has shown that that you're pretty okay. I'm going to change it to daytime again. I've actually used all of my light gray wool. Man, we really go through this stuff quick. It's such a pain in the butt, but it's nice to finally decorate with colored wool. I've never really been able to do this before. Okay, so once we get to this part, that's basically the shape of the roof. Let's back up and see what it looks like. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I want to just sort of start speckling the landscape with things. I don't normally make sort of one-to-one duplications of things outside of Minecraft, like skyscrapers or office buildings or pixel art or that kind of thing. But for this, I think it's kind of fun. I don't plan to do this for every part of the amusement park, but for some parts it's fun to sort of have a little roller coaster tycoon nostalgia. Oh, damn it. Pick that back up. So if you're looking at the image, there's these sort of diagonal lines down the sides that I'm not sure how to really represent other than doing it like this. It would be nice if they would connect diagonally. Yeah, they're still not going to connect. And unless I would like them to connect, but you can only do so much in Minecraft. Let's see what that looks like, and then here's a sort of alternate idea that I think is not going to work, but let's try it anyway. That's a kind of idea, but that's going to be way too blocky. Yeah, okay, I think this works fine, like this. Alright, come on, get out of here, buddy. Pick all these extra ones up. Okay, so the last sort of main addition is to add the thing on top, whatever you want to call it. So we need, let's see, maybe like something like this. Where's my dirt? Where did it go, dirt? I need something to put there. Something like that, and then I need a post. Am I out of them? I thought I made some. Fence posts. I thought I made some. I don't know what happened to them. Maybe I put them in a box. That's all I need, I think. I only need a couple. And you can't put that on there directly, so maybe it should be like just a full plank there. And then on top of that, we'll go the blue. Man, inventory is getting packed. And I guess this will be like a 3x3 thing. And on the little image, there is a little eye for information. I don't know if I'll be able to put that. I do have some white here, so maybe we'll just sort of do something like this. See how this looks. It may look totally bad. We'll see. In a second, I'm going to go take a look at this thing from my little perch up there, and maybe there'll be some revisions we want to do. I guess we'll see in a second. This isn't exactly what I would call the final draft. It's just sort of a first shot at the idea. Oh, this is supposed to be empty in the middle. So let's do it like this. And get rid of that. That'll despawn eventually. Don't care. The blue thing on top is a little bit too big. It's a little out of scale. I'm not sure what I can do about that without completely deviating from the concept. What concerns me a little more is that I think the roof may be a little too dark to contrast with these fences. Or maybe I should try like a red wool here instead to see if that looks better. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few versions and then come back up here to look and see how each one turns out. Alright, little incremental change. I added little signs to the ring around the edge. Those may eventually have information. They may not. They may stay blank just to sort of for a graphical look. And then I did go ahead and add half slabs. I tried a couple of versions. None of them really look like I need something darker than that wood. And there isn't anything darker. I basically need 3 shades of wood. I want a light interior, then I need the normal wood here, then one of the darker half slabs when they get released. So this looks a little better. I'm still not totally happy with it, so I'm going to do a few more things. Another incremental update. This time, what I did is I lowered this little information sign on top. This is supposed to be an eye, but dude, that's just the best I can do. All right, leave me alone. But I lowered it 1 block, and I think that helped so much. It doesn't look too big now. The information kiosk needed to look a little squatter, I guess, a little more smooshed. I think that helps. So let's try 1 or 2 more things, and I think we'll call this episode done, and see what you guys think about this idea for a new video series. Since I made this counter, you can't really see the inside that it's... The reason I changed these to stairs was so that it didn't look as thick and bulky around the outside, but ever since I added the counter, you can't see that anymore. So I want to get rid of these little holes, and then we'll be done. I may make a little edit to this later. I particularly will when the patch comes out where we get the different wood half slabs. I think that will put the finishing touch on this, but I want to start doing more in the park. I don't want to get too bogged down on any one building. This is just a little homage to Roller Coaster Tycoon anyway. And if you want to play Roller Coaster Tycoon, like I said, the good place to get it is GOG.com. You get a lot of old games there. That's a great place for finding old games. And they optimize old games to run well on new computers. And what you want is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 with the expansion packs. I think Corkscrew Capers, Time Twister or something. Anyway, just get all the expansions for that. Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 is real good as well, but it's Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is basically the same thing with a lot more ride types and scenery types and stuff like that. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, avoid like the plague. The guy who made Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2, Chris Sawyer, made basically both those games almost single-handedly, which is amazing. And Microprose, or whoever the publisher was of those games, who published them for him, they made Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 entirely without his input, because I think he was busy with another project, and they didn't want to wait because they wanted to cash in on the roller coaster cash cow. So they made the whole game without him, and it shows. It sucks. Don't play that one. Avoid it. Because it sucks, and also because they made the game without him. So get the second one. Anyway, there's the information kiosks, the first building on our amusement park. Send suggestions for the park name and for ride names and ride types and different silly stuff you can think of. Send them to me on Twitter. You can add them in the comments below, but Twitter's probably the best way to do it. Let me get up here, take one final look, and we'll call this video done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Here we go. Oh, the sun is setting on Bogota. Here we go. Information kiosk.